So we got another banger today. We're gonna be going through the importance of your offer, and I wanna just show you the impact that your offer truly has on your numbers. Everybody gets hung up in the wrong things. They think, oh, my email script's not working, or this isn't working, or that isn't working. But really, everything else is basically hamstrung by your offer. Right? How effective your outbound prospecting is a direct result to how effective your offer is. How effective your advertising is a direct result of how effective your offer is, right? There's of course other metrics that come into play, but at the end of the day, most of those other metrics are just essentially mechanisms that we use to distribute the offer. For example, your ad copy, yes, we can, it's not all 100% centered around the offer itself, but it's, your ad copy is typically going to be centered around problem solution. Now, if your offer is the solution to a problem, right, which it will be, but that problem just isn't that important to the niche that you're running the ad to, well, guess what? Your ad copy probably isn't going to resonate because it's going to be talking about a problem that your niche just doesn't really care for that much, right? Your offer it's in every little aspect of everything you do. Literally everything you do, even obviously to what you can charge, is a direct result of your offer. To the extent in which you can scale is a direct result of your offer. Is your offer absolutely perfect for only one person in the world? Well, if it is, then that's amazing. You'll be able to sign them out as a customer, but you're not going to be able to scale. Is it amazing for every single person in the world? And then at that point, it doesn't speak to anybody, right? So everything is built off your offer, and I want to show you like just the black and white of it here in this video here. So let me go ahead and walk you through this. So just as a side note, if you want access to this actual doc right here, it's a calculator. So like a lot of the numbers are like pre-built in and whatnot. If you want access to it, comment the word offer in the comment section below. We'll shoot it over to you so that you can plug in your own numbers and have a play around. But let me jump into it. So I've got two different sections here. I've got advertising, I've got outbound prospecting. Let's start with outbound prospecting. So things like email outreach, etc. Okay, so we've got number of messages sent, we got open rate, meeting set rate, offer price, and sales call conversion rate. I'm gonna see how a red ocean offer compares to a blue ocean offer. And by the way, I'm not gonna be going into like ridiculous numbers, right? Like just numbers that are never gonna happen, right? Because at that point, it just defeats the purpose of this activity, okay? So you send 1,000 messages over the course of a month. Not a lot, but it will prove my point, okay? Next thing is open rate. So let's say you have a respectable 70% open rate. That's very, very respectable. It's, very achievable in the industry, okay? 70% open rate. Meeting set rate, say you have 1%. Now, if you currently run an agency, you run a coaching offer, a coaching business, you run a consulting business, whatever it may be, and you do outbound prospecting, right now, unless you're the 2% of the market who really gets the offer stuff and understands how powerful it truly is, right now you're probably getting around a 1% meeting book rate, maybe even less. And you might be getting a little bit more, but I think majority of you, and I'm trying to make this as applicable as possible, I think majority of people are getting around a 1% meeting book rate right now. And it's because of this right here, because of their red ocean. And so, on that 1% meeting book rate, meaning obviously 10 meetings booked for every 1,000 emails or messages sent, okay? Let's say, for example, you have a respectable $5,000 offer right now, and your sales call conversion rate is 25%. That means that right now, for every 1,000 emails you send, you're collecting $12,500. And I put revenue generated here because maybe you have payment plans, maybe whatever, right? Just overall revenue generated. It may not be cash collected, but that's not what we're looking at here. What we're looking at more so is just the number generated from X amount of emails sent. So we send 1,000 emails, cool. $12,500 cash or revenue generated, okay? And that's cool, that's okay. And I would actually say this is actually a very generous example. I would honestly say most people's sales call conversion rate right now are probably between 10 and 15%, I would honestly say. So then we go down to like 7,500. But again, I wanna be generous. I don't wanna just be super biased to a blue ocean. I wanna actually give the red ocean offer a chance to win. But let me now show you what happens here. So blue ocean, same number of emails sent or outbound messages sent, 1,000. Open rate, same open rate, right? Because obviously the offer doesn't come into the open rate of your email, right? Because it's just the subject line and the first line of the email that depicts your open rate. The offer doesn't come into that. So that's fine, right? It's going to be the exact same. Now, here's where things start to change. Your meeting set rate is going to be wildly different, right? with a blue ocean offer, I mean, honestly, and this is no word of a lie, I have one of our Scale Clients IO customers, he's in the Scale Clients IO mastermind. He's currently got around a 35% meeting set rate. Granted, he's not doing 1,000 outbound, he's doing cold calling. He's not doing 1,000 outbound calls a month. However, I think he's doing around maybe like 5 to 10 a day. But even at that point, he's currently generating a 35% meeting book rate or meeting set rate. 35%. So technically, I could put 35% in here because this is legit. I know this because one of my Scale Clients IO mastermind customers is literally generating 35%. But again, I'm not, because that's obviously a bit of an exception to the rule. But a blue ocean offer will typically generate anywhere between 3 and 5%. We'll put 4% in, right? And here's the other thing. With your offer, if you have a blue ocean offer and the offer actually, like I was saying before with the, if your offer is a solution to a niche's problem that they just don't really care about, you can only charge so much because they only value the solution to that problem so much. Whereas if you actually create a highly effective offer and it's in a blue ocean, not only are your metrics going to increase, but you can also charge a lot more because that solution to the problem that you're solving is a far more painful problem. And so by extension, the niche is willing to pay you far more for that solution. Again, I could in here technically put in around 15,000, right? But I'm not. I'm going to go 7,500. So an extra 2,500 per customer. Okay. So 7,500. Now, again, because you have a more effective offer, your conversion rate will be a lot higher, right? Because your offer is more irresistible. It's harder, like, the whole Alex Mosey thing, like an offer so good people can't say no. It's harder for your prospects to say no. It's harder for your prospects to pass up on your offer because number one, it's far more, it's solving a far more painful problem. And number two, the way in which it's structured is far more appealing. But again, let me not sell the blue ocean too much, okay? So let me just do the exact same close rate. By the way, again, you're gonna have a higher close rate, but let me just start here and do the exact same close rate. Look at that. Just look at that, right? I mean, I don't really need to say anything else right now. I could just end the video here. But by changing your offer, you can, again, on extremely respectable numbers. I'm not selling this a lot, right? I'm not like, hyping it up and doing false numbers and fake numbers. Extremely respectable. Instead of collecting 12,500, you'll collect 75 grand. And the net increase is 6 times. So you've increased your cash collected or your revenue generated, whatever, 6x by sending no more emails, by contacting no more people, and by having not a higher increase in people who open your email or whatever it is. But just by having a more effective offer, you're 6xing your cash collected from 12,500 to 75K. Let me show you something else here as well. And just so you know, like, this isn't like made up. I'm not pulling these numbers out of thin air, right? As I say, I've got a Scale Clients IO mastermind customer who is, got like a 35% meeting set rate right now. But look at this other customer as well, who's also in Scale Clients IO. This is inside our one-on-one Slack channel. So all of our Scale Clients IO customers, they join a one-on-one Slack channel with myself and my team. As you can see here, we've got like the head coach, Michael Gardner, in here as well. And we work one-on-one with each one of our customers. And you can see here, one of our customers, Paulo, whipped up a brand new offer. You can see he was actually at a F1 on the weekend, and he basically created his offer like a few days ago, right? And then literally a few days after, he dropped a message in our one-on-one Slack channel. He's like, guys, I think this new offer is about to crush it, or he's gonna crush it. He's had 8 emails opened. Okay, he sent 8 emails opened, and he booked in 2 meetings from 8 people who opened the email. Okay, and then literally like an hour later or whatever, 2 hours later, he had a 3rd meeting book in. And that was with his brand new offer. He switched from the red ocean offer, I should say, to a blue ocean offer. And instantly he had, I don't know what that percentage is, but it's probably around 20, 30%. I have no idea, right? But you get the point. And he didn't send any more emails. He didn't contact any more people. He actually contacted less people and booked in more meetings. Yeah, and he's only sent 8 and he already had 3 meetings booked in. Right? Because he simply switched from a red ocean offer to a blue ocean offer. And you can see just how it plays out directly right here. So this is with an outbound prospecting example, right? Email outreach, whatever it may be. So obviously this one here was based on outbound prospecting. Now let's look at advertising. Okay, so running ads with a red ocean offer versus a blue ocean offer. So again, you can see here, right? Obviously 5,000 split, like it doesn't really matter. This is the same as like the you know, sending 1,000 emails. It's going to hold true whether you send 1,000 or 5,000. It's going to hold true whether you spend 5,000 or 20,000. Okay, but easy numbers, we'll start with 5,000. Now clicks here. Let's say for example you get 1,000 clicks for $5,000, right? So you're gonna get a cost per click of $5, or we can even just change it to like $9.50, just so the numbers are a little different. Okay, so $5, 26 clicks. Okay, and now if you're looking at this, you've been running e-com ads in the past, you've run lead gen ads in the past, whatever it may be, and you may look at this and think, I'm getting leads for $5.26, never mind clicks, right? Like this is super high, it's super inflated and whatnot, but you know, as soon as you start running ads for high ticket offers, the numbers are always inflated slightly, right? So $5.26 for a coach, for a consultant, for an agency owner, it's actually not that bad. It's not too bad, okay? It's kind of right in the range that you'll typically see. However, on the flip side, with a Blue Ocean offer, typically you'll see a much lower cost per click. For example, here, $3.13 clicks instead of $5.26 clicks. Now, this may not seem like a crazy discrepancy, but let's just see how it further plays out down the funnel, okay? So again, $5.26 clicks for Red Ocean offers. Now let's have a look at the meeting set rate. So again, you know, it's obviously, it's gonna be similar to your outbound prospecting, but I would actually argue that you'll get slightly lower percentages because it's completely cold traffic, okay? These people have never interacted with you ever before. And so over the lifetime, the numbers may be different, okay? But initially, like straight from the ad to booking in a call, it's gonna be a lot lower, okay? So typically you'll see something around 0.8% meeting set rate, around there, okay? Through cold ads with an offer that's just saturated, that just doesn't work in the market anymore, or just with an offer that nobody wants, okay? It'll be around 0.8%. Again, I'm being extremely generous here. I would actually argue it'll be a lot lower than that, okay? But again, being generous, 0.8%. Offer price, will hold it true to the above, okay? So 5,000 again. And again, we'll look at, I'll probably do a 20% conversion rate, okay, sales call conversion rate, because again, it'll be slightly lower because it's completely cold traffic, okay? So it'll be around 20%. Again, I would argue it's actually lower than that, but you know, I'll be generous. Now, on those numbers, you're gonna get a 1.52 ROAS, okay? So here, we're not looking at revenue generated. I mean, I could add revenue generated in, but you know, it's gonna really be on, actually no, give me a minute, let me add revenue generated in. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and added in revenue there. So that would mean on a 1.52 ROAS with $5,000 spent, you would collect 7,600, which probably means you're not even profitable after taking into account costs and whatnot, okay? So you're probably not even profitable. Again though, obviously we are talking here direct conversion. We're not talking about, you know, funneling this traffic into an audience or something that you can leverage so that they can then convert later down the line, which is something I highly recommend that you actually do. But again, looking from the front end, around 7,600 cash collected or revenue generated, okay? Now, let's have a look at a Blue Ocean offer. Again, let's be super, super conservative, right? Like we were up here, I could have blown these numbers out a lot more, right? This meeting set rate could probably be around 7%, honestly, just based on what we're seeing. The sales call conversion rate will always be a lot higher. It'll probably be around 35%. The offer price, depending on the pain of the problem that you're actually solving, you know, you can probably bump this up to around 10,000. Again, it's all very relative. And then look at that, based on just some more realistic numbers, honestly. You can see here, it's a 19.6x increase. You go from 12,500 collected to 245,000 collected. Again, very, very legit numbers, right? But again, let me just be more conservative, okay? So meeting set rate, I'll probably say it'll be anywhere from like 3 to 5%, but again, let's, you know, be conservative, 3%. Offer price will stick true to 7,500. Conversion rate will probably be around 25%, okay? There you go. There you go. And remember, this is on the front end as well, right? This is, again, not taking into account the back end, the nurturing in the back end. You know, like this traffic here, you ideally, and this is what we go through in ScaleClients.io, you ideally want to be funneling this into obviously an email list that you can nurture, a Facebook group that you can nurture, get it onto your pixels so that you can run retargeting ads, right? But this is just based on click ad, book a call, buy, right? And these, again, are very, very, very conservative numbers. 90,000 collected in comparison to 7,600 collected. 1.52 ROAS in comparison to an 18 ROAS. You'll have an increase of 11.84 return. right? It's insane numbers. And then this also starts to compound in the back end as well, because now you can go to the ads, wherever you're running them, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, and you can now start to spend more than your competitors, and you can outbid your competitors, which means you can scale even higher, because your competitors are, trying to compete on this 1.52 ROAS because they're operating in the red ocean. Right? Whereas you now find this like little blue ocean segment where you can actually build an offer that people actually want, that solves real problems. Again, like for example with Paulo, he whipped up a brand new offer, right? Literally brand new. And he booked 3 meetings from 8 emails open. It's insane, right? And so as I say, now when you take this to running ads, you can now spend far more than your competitors, and you'll just scale like ridiculously. Right? So there's a real like kind of real life example of the impact that your offer has on your numbers. And again, guys, I'm really trying to not be like, you'll get like a 20% meeting set rate, right? Because we have one customer who got 35% meeting set rate, or we have a couple customers who get that. But again, that's kind of an exception to the rule, right? So I'm trying to keep it very, very legit and real. What did I have in here? 3%. So this is just the true impact, guys. Again, if you want access to this calculator right here, go ahead, drop the word offer in the comment section below. We'll shoot it over to you, and you can play around with the numbers yourself, just so you can see kind of how you're currently operating, plug in your own numbers and see what you're currently generating, and then see, okay, well, what if I could get my meeting set rate from 1% to maybe not 7%, but again, being conservative, what if I could go from 1% to 3%? Okay, cool. Well, this is how it would look. What if I could go from, $5,000 offer to, even a $6,000 offer, right? Even $6,000, okay? And what if I could go from 25% to 35%, right? Okay, well now you're gonna, 5x your entire business without doing anything else other than changing your offer. Right here, you're gonna 12x or 11.8x your entire business without doing anything else, without spending more on ads, without building bringing on new team members, without doing anything, without ramping volume in any way, shape or form, just changing the offer. Here's the impact that it's gonna have. Right? So as I say, if you want this calculator, drop the word offer in the comment section below. And if you want to actually change, if you want to actually go from a red ocean offer to a blue ocean offer, book in a call with Scale Clients IO. I'll leave the link somewhere, you'll be able to find it. Book in a call with those guys. Right? Because we do this. Again, as you can see here with our customer Paulo, brand new offer that he built, we was working with him building up his new offer, and he just took it to market. He just tacked on a couple, outbound prospecting emails with it, and he just went to market and just tested it, right? And he was validating the problem. As I said down here, I was like, Bloom, let's get it, brother. That's awesome, good sign. Now all we need to do is collect cash from 3 to 5 customers, and you've officially validated the new offer. So now he's like a step closer to actually fully, entirely validating that offer before he goes ahead and starts to build anything surrounding that offer, right? You want to validate that it's an offer that people actually want, and then from there you can start to really build out a team around it. You can start to build out the actual mechanism, the delivery of it, right? Because obviously what we're doing here is we're promising transformations, and we need to deliver on those transformations. That's really what a business is, right? Promise transformations, deliver on the transformations, or make promises, deliver on the promises, and more specifically transformations, desired outcomes, etc. And so before he focuses on actually the delivery, he needs to see if it's an offer, see if it's something that a niche or his niche specifically wants. If does my niche even care for this, right? That's how you differentiate yourself from a red ocean to a blue ocean. Right? You just test it. Does my niche want it? Do they not want it? Am I getting a 1% meeting set rate? Yes, I am. Okay, maybe this isn't an offer that my niche wants. Okay, let me try this other offer. How's that doing? 1% still. Okay, let me try another one. Tack on create a new offer, tack on a couple outbound prospecting emails, test it in the marketplace, see what the response rate is like. This one's getting 3%. Okay, now we might be onto something, right? Collect cash, collect your 63K, then you're like, okay, this is definitely something my audience wants, or my niche wants. Now let me go ahead, build my assets, build my client acquisition assets. Let me now start to build a team. Let me make sure my delivery, my customer success is the highest it can possibly be. Now that's when you really start to build that business, and that's how you easily scale to 100,000 a month. I mean, look at these numbers, right? Spend 5,000 a month on ads, and you've already collected 90 grand. Right, obviously rev generated, but 90,000 just from this one thing, from people booking in to actually becoming a client directly. This isn't taking into account the back end. This isn't taking into account your outbound. This isn't taking into account your nurture sequences and whatnot, and your other streams. Right, for example, organic marketing. You can literally, I've done it. Right, scale to 100K a month just through organic marketing, okay? And already just from this one stream, just direct click add to book call, 90K collected, right? So scaling to 100,000 a month is super simple. It's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple, right? As I say, scaling to 100,000 a month is super simple, and it's all built off the back, however, of your offer. If your offer isn't locked in, it's going to be the hardest thing you'll ever do. Right? If you're going out to your niches right now, for example, real estate, Facebook, real estate, e-com, gyms, and you're offering Facebook ads, I hate to break it to you, but you're probably never going to scale to 100,000 a month because that offer is so red ocean. Like that offer, honestly, you're not even going to get a 1% meeting set rate, right? With that, with an offer of that nature, like real estate, Facebook ads for like e-com or Facebook ads for real estate, you're probably going to be getting like 0.2% meeting book rate, right? If that, and you're definitely not going to be able to charge 5,000. You're probably it's only going to be around 1,000. Right? So in that case, for every 1,000 emails you send, you'll collect $500. And you compare that to a blue ocean offer, again, very achievable metrics, 63K, you got 126x increase, right? It's insane. So if you want help building this stuff out, and obviously everything else that comes with it, right? Your systems, your sales teams, the organic marketing side of things, everything. Go ahead, book in a call with ScaleClients.io, and we'll get you to 100K a month. And as I say, apart from that, hopefully you found this useful. And if you want this calculator, go ahead, drop the word offer below. We'll shoot it over to you so you can play around with it yourself. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video.